Hello, 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 guys. Yeah, I'm back, and I want to talk about this war. I want to talk about this war that's going on, and everybody's just sitting back, relaxing, and chilling. Nobody's paying attention. Okay, nobody's paying attention. It's sad. It's sad. But you guys need to know what's going on out here. Really, really need to know what's going on out here in this world. What's going on is war. Okay, our country is at war, and we're out here fighting for other countries. That's not what's going on here, okay? Russia's not playing, and China's not playing. Look at this. Russia is no joke. China is no joke.
Ракетных войск стратегического назначения. В ее составе мобильные возможности комплекса ЯРС позволяют в короткие сроки скрыть.
I'm telling you guys, prepare your family for war. It is coming. It is coming.
Знаменного зенитного и
Everybody's sitting around,
космических сил противовоздушной обороны,
BSing around.
позволяют поражать не только
Telling
сухими.
you, you better start ranking up on, stocking up on things. You know, get that cabinet up, get that freezer packed, get those jugs of waters. Hey, this talks of people building underground bunkers right now. Let's get it together. Start paying attention of what's going on in America.
Линия Трибун проходит механизированная колонна, разделяет колонну подполковник Максим Равнов, боевых разведывателей.
All right, you guys. I hope you guys are paying attention. I'm telling you, guys gotta pay attention to what's going on.
A secret lab in China reportedly carried out a war game simulated against the United States. It showed hypersonic missiles launching into orbit and destroying American warships. Rich Edson live in Washington, D.C. to explain what happened here, Rich.
Hey, good morning, Dana. Well, in this reported war game, a Chinese simulation shows these missiles evading U.S. military detection to strike an American aircraft carrier group using low-orbit satellites to get these missiles through the U.S. Navy Spy-1 radar. It's a detection system on the Arleigh Burke class of guided missile destroyers. A Chinese government lab in Chengdu ran this computer simulation. All this is reported in the South China Morning Post. It's a Hong Kong-based Chinese-owned publication that's previously published what it has reported as Chinese military advancements. A Pentagon spokesperson says the Defense Department does not comment on hypothetical scenarios or virtual simulations. One analyst says the U.S. should have confidence in its radar detection systems, and this could all just be part of China's propaganda strategy.
It's possible that they did this to simply freak out the American people and the US Navy. China spends a great deal of time saber rattling, and they saber rattle to basically churn up US attention and anxiety and to cause stress in the US military system.
The U.S. Navy has warned China's Navy is larger than its American rival, that Beijing has greater shipbuilding capacity than the United States, and that China is deploying this growing naval presence more aggressively around the world. Defense officials have also warned China is spending a lot more on its military than it claims. Senator Dan Sullivan has said U.S. estimates put China's defense budget at around $700 billion a year. That's 2 to 3 times other published estimates. The U.S. defense budget is about $800 billion.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kill.
I hope everyone's paying attention to what's going on in the world out here around us. Okay? It's bad. We are at war. There are people out here right now who are building bunkers, okay, to shelter their families. Very smart. I mean, granted, a lot of us can't afford to build bunkers, you know, and things like that. But one thing for sure is you can protect your families. I mean, protect them by all means, protect them however you have to. But I'm telling you, protect your families. It's about to be crazy out here. It's going to be hard to get food, supplies, medical supplies, diapers for your babies, formula, all of that. So, I mean, if everyone was smart right now, everybody would literally start stacking, putting money up, stacking. Get those freezers full of meats, you know, get the waters, stack it up, get everything that you think that you may need for your family, because it's about to get real out here. This shit is serious. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think about this shit all the time. I think about, you know, I know what's going on over in other countries and stuff. You know, I see it. I pay attention. I'm in the news every day. I am so afraid of what actually could happen to America. And I mean, I know America, we are strong. I love my country. I do. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, I can't stand it here. Oh, I can't take it." Well, honey, I'd rather take it in my country than try to survive in anybody else's. All right? I love America. I love America when we stand together as one. I love our nation when we fight together as one. I love when we come together and unite for each other. I just wish that that old America could come back, you know, where we all just kind of like, you know, we came together as a nation. And we got a long way to go for that. But, you know, usually we come together as a nation when it's tragedy in our nation. You know, like the 9/11, the shootings at the high schools, the George Floyd movement. We come together as a nation during hard times and rough times, but this right here is war, and this is real, and this is very, very, very scary. It's very scary. People's not people are not paying attention to what's going on out here in the real world. Really not paying attention. Pay attention.
Struck a number of targets in both Iraq and in Yemen. This on the heels of the Israeli government striking targets in southern Lebanon, targeting Hezbollah forces. This amid a number of escalations in the Middle East and following one of the deadliest days for Israeli soldiers since the fight began on October 7th. Want to turn now to Trey Yingst over in Tel Aviv this morning with the latest on all happening there. Good morning, Trey. Hope all is well there. Wanted to get into that latest news out of those strikes between the U.S. forces in Yemen and in Iraq. What do we know about those?
Yeah, absolutely. Good morning. It was a busy night across the Middle East, first starting in Yemen, where for the 9th time in 2 weeks, American forces struck Iran-backed Houthi positions. We are learning more from U.S. Central Command about the targets. The United States trying to hit anti-ship missiles that, according to CENTCOM, were prepared to launch. The Americans looking to send a message to these rebels in Yemen that if they continue attacks near to U.S. Navy vessels, and also commercial shipping lanes in the Red Sea, that there will be a heavy price to pay. Further north, earlier in the evening, the United States launched separate strikes against the Iran-backed Iraqi Shia militia Kataib Hezbollah, targeting positions south of Baghdad and also in western Iraq. This was in direct response to an attack over the weekend against the Al-Assad air base in western Iraq that houses American troops. That attack that included ballistic missiles and rockets left 4 American service members with traumatic brain injuries. And so a lot of escalation across the region, American forces directly involved with pushing back against the activity and attacks by Iran proxies. And it's not just in Yemen, it is in Iraq, it is in Syria, and of course the Israelis dealing with a number of threats, a key U.S. ally in the region, those threats coming from Iran-backed groups inside Gaza and in southern Lebanon. Giacomo.
Now, Trey, yesterday, 21 Israeli soldiers killed in a single attack, another 3 in another incident, making it the most devastating day for the Israeli military since the fighting began on October 7th. What has been the response from Israeli officials in the wake of this?
Yeah, so I'll take you through what we know about that incident earlier in the week inside Gaza. We understand this took place very close to the border between Israel and Gaza, but inside Gazan territory, there were a group of soldiers and they were trying to rig a building to destroy it. And so there were a number of mines. Some reports estimate around 20 mines that were ultimately prematurely detonated after a Hamas militant popped out of a tunnel and fired an RPG at the building that housed those Israeli soldiers. Now, this set off an explosion that ultimately collapsed 2 buildings inside Gaza, crushing and killing 19 of the soldiers. Now, separately, in the same incident, there was an Israeli tank that was hit by another RPG, and 2 Israeli soldiers were killed at that moment. And so it was a devastating day for the Israeli army, something that really froze the country as the funerals took place, and the Israeli military echelon trying to get an understanding of what exactly took place, saying they will launch an investigation to find out more details about this tragic incident. Giacomo.
Tragic incident indeed, as this war continues to rage on. Meanwhile, you're there right now in Tel Aviv. What is it like on the ground as you continue following this conflict between Israel and Hamas?
So the fighting is taking place in Gaza. And so for Tel Aviv, this is a city that is getting back to normal life 110 days into the war. Life continues basically as normal. Over New Year's, there were rockets that were fired from Gaza toward Tel Aviv, most of them intercepted overhead with Israel's missile defense system, the Iron Dome. But the question for residents here is whether or not a broader conflict is over. They look to the north and they understand that there are tens of thousands of Israelis displaced amid ongoing attacks from the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah. And they wonder if that will lead Israel into a broader war with the Iran-backed organization. Now, if that happens, there's an understanding that cities like Tel Aviv would face more significant rocket fire, and the amount of precision-guided missiles that Hezbollah has in their arsenal could overwhelm Israel's missile defense systems. Giacomo?
That is insane. But you guys, I will be back on later on tonight, okay, to talk much more about what's going on out here in America. What's going on out here in the world. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you guys later.